You know, I'm Cleo. That's who I am.
Because you're sitting there with your iPad or whatever, watching the feeds as you're having chips.
You should probably be careful. She gonna whack your ass.
Oh, hey, Eric, I know all about this one. Yay for me, point.
Wow. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our second episode of Reality Check, our Friday night hangout show where we take your questions live and we make the show about whatever you guys want us to talk about. Now, this episode we have a special guest which we are so excited about, so we're going to switch the format up a little bit and we're just going to have them on the whole entire show. But no worries, starting next week, we are going to go back to where it is just John and myself for the first half hour of the show, and then the second half hour of the show, we will have the special guest on, because we want to be able to take more of your questions, interact with more of you, and, you know, and keep it that format. So that'll be going back that way next week, but this week, oh my goodness, we have such a good guest for you guys. Now, before we get to that, you should know by now that you can do all of your holiday shopping over on our website. If you just click on the little link on the bottom for Amazon.com, we get a little percentage of what you guys spend. It doesn't cost you anymore, and it really helps support the show. Of course, as you know, you can always just make a donation on PayPal or whatever. But we need to jump right into the show, so you already know the deal. You can follow me over on Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps.
Hey everyone, it's John Richardson. Love doing a Friday shows. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
Okay, so now I need to intro this very special guest. You all know them from Big Brother and Survivor and Amazing Race spoilers over on Twitter. Every single season, they are such a highlight of the show for all of us. I am so excited to introduce to you guys Miss Cleo, BB 15, 14, 13, 12.
It is at Miss Cleo _BB 15.
And like I said,
I am not a miss, in case you didn't figure that out by now, but surprise!
we now know you are not a miss, and you were also 15, and weren't you also 14, 13, and 12? Like, how many seasons? Because yeah. I'll throw it out there right off the bat. I've always known you for entertaining me during the past few Big Brother seasons with all of your photo chops and all the little funny comments that you're always making, so we love you.
Do you kind of know why do you want me to explain a little bit about why
Yes.
I am undercover? Or...
Yes,
so, like,
do it. Explain.
So the whole reason why I've been anonymous this whole time is because, one of my favorite things to do is spoil the Big Brother, taped eviction shows that they have when it's down at the final five. And I've been, I even got a camera in there last year, as many people are aware. So it was very important that no one knew who I was or would ever be able to spot me in line, because they take your picture and blah blah blah. And but now, as you know, this year they changed it, and that taped eviction was a CBS staff and invited guests only. I don't know if it was because of my spoiling it last year and such. It'd be kind of I'd be full of myself to say that that's the reason, but I figure that that's probably going to be how it is from now on. So what's the point in hiding? And I've introduced myself to everybody in the Big Brother cast in the last couple of seasons, so.
Now, Cleo, is this your first, kind of outing online?
Yeah.
Are you big good with us?
I am officially losing my podcast virginity with you guys right now.
Oh, my gosh. I am pinching myself.
Hey.
And we love it. We love it. Well, we are so excited to have you here, and I know that you want to talk a little bit about Survivor. And like everybody knows, there are no rules on our reality check show Friday nights. We can do whatever we want and talk about whatever we want. So we are throwing it to you. What do you want to talk about Survivor?
Survivor, I am loving it. I love the season. I agree with all
me.
three of you guys. Yeah. Well, okay. This is
no,
where
you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side.
This is where I disagree with all of you.
What?
I am not as anti-Colton as you guys are, but I can explain why.
Okay.
Because I would have quit on day -1. I would have been at Ponderosa, and I'd been like, get me the fuck back to the United States. I'm not going to get my toenails infected and have them fall off. I'm not going to be eaten alive by insects, and I'm not going to live without toilet paper for 39 days. Fuck. Am I allowed to curse on here?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
No rules.
Fuck
rules.
This.
No rules.
I'm going home, and I'm applying for Big Brother or some other show. But I
Colton knew that going
in.
in. Colton knew that going in, though, and he still quit again.
The fact that Jeff called him out about how he fit. First of all, I never thought he had appendicitis. That was never said during the season. He had a bacterial infection.
Right.
And you know, why wasn't this addressed at that reunion if this was such an issue? So, but regardless, Jeff apparently knew this back then. So what? So I blame casting for bringing him back. What do you expect? Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I mean, Colton tried to kind of manipulate his tribe a little bit, realized he kind of couldn't. But what was just disappointing was, you know, his partner, his fiance's out there. You're just going to leave him too and just run off and quit?
But now he's good. But I think that gives him the chance to win now. I don't know, but I'm guessing by the fact that they had that sort of Coach and Aussie, you know, yoga segment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure in a week or two we're gonna have helicopter shots of them doing yoga. That to me says, hello, he's gonna be at least final four or something. But I think it's Colton was just a distraction for because Colton never was going to win. You know that. I know that. Caleb actually has a chance of winning, and now he definitely has a chance of winning.
I totally agree with you, but the fact that he did it again was disappointing for me. It's just like, you know, casting should have never casted him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think of Monica and Brad?
How much do you love? Fuck you, Brad Culpepper.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Brad. I mean, I love that they showed it. I love Brad. The fact that Jeff calls him Culpepper means he's coming back. He's going to be there with Malcolm and, you know, his short list of alpha males that he loves to have back. And you know we're going to be seeing way more of him, and he's probably going to make the same mistakes he did this time. And I don't know how he's going to do. I can't imagine that anybody who gets back into the game from Redemption Island isn't going to be voted out immediately, or it just
unless they have a loved one, right? Or
so what? The fact that they engineered a vote to get them out already means it won't be difficult to rally those votes again. And if they booted them the first time, what's their incentive going to be to keep them the second time?
That's definitely a good point. And I have to say, because he is one of our favorites, Steven, to add on to your point, he says that every show needs somebody to hate, and it's so easy to hate Colton. Which is true. I think that has a lot to do with it. Colton he's very easy to hate. But I'll let you in on a little secret, and you probably already know. I don't really think that any of us feel strongly about anything so much. We just like to disagree with each other. That's what we feel strongly about. So
If John,
it's
fun to see you guys like bitch about it with such passion and just make it sound like it's really important, because the gravitas it adds to it just makes talking about reality shows seem so much more important than they really are, and that's the most important thing.
So Cleo, besides Big Brother and besides Survivor, what other shows do you watch? What other shows do you really, really like?
I love reality shows, but I love reality competitions. So I love seeing a winner. I like seeing the story, the progression of someone going from start to finish, and it's a journey. It's like you grow with them, and I love that. I just find it great.
I haven't seen this yet, but I think it was really interesting. I saw some previews with the reality chef competitions that are kids. Have you seen that? Where the kids are cooking gourmet stuff?
I've seen commercials, but is Gordon Ramsay involved in that by any chance?
Yes.
Okay, then I have no interest to see him being like, it's raw! And then like smashing the...
This is Hell's Kitchen.
He's not gonna...
What the fuck is this?
He's not gonna be like that.
Hey, you, Eric! Come here! Come here! Come here!
Then you hit me.
What is this? It's raw!
He's not going to do that to little kids. He's very nice on all the UK versions of the shows. He's like, come into my house, and I'll make you some food, and I'll...
Little kids, come into my house, little kids.
He's so nice on any of, like, the European versions of the shows that we copied all those shows off of. So I don't think he's going to be mean to little kids. But maybe he will be.
What possibly could kids cook?
Macaroni and cheese?
No, they're cooking gourmet stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Like flambés?
Like everything. Everything.
Okay, everything is not something, so...
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I just said I haven't seen it, but you look at
stuff
the dishes briefly.
Does it have, like, creme fraiche and foam and gelée and every other pretentious French ingredient that you can add?
Oui.
Are you guys watching Top Chef?
Not.
No, I can't. I can't stand cooking shows, and not because I don't like a cooking show, because it makes me hungry, and then I just want to sit there and eat the whole time. So that's why I don't do it.
Ladies, gotta watch your waistline. So Kim G says it's Master Chef Junior, and she says it's awesome.
I don't watch. I'm not gonna watch that. Just like I don't watch Toddlers and Tiaras, Abby's dance competition. You know, that anything that exploits young kids. No, thank you.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
So we talked about some of the dishes. So Kim G is saying that they made beef Wellington. Is that fancy enough for you too?
Hey, Kim G, is there any way you could be on this show? Because apparently John brings up a topic and then he doesn't know anything about it. And also, are you Kim Gritone, whatever the hell her name is from Housewives? Because then we really want you on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't know topics. You don't know names. We're a great team.
Yeah, I don't watch the Housewives either.
Well.
Oh, my God. Is the sky red?
No, John.
I'm going to flip this laptop over right now.
You've seen something.
No, I've watched them. I just lost interest. I know.
Oh, hey, Eric. I know all about this one. Yay for me, point. The last few seasons of New Jersey have been almost the same season. I mean, it's just been like somebody needs to kind of update those bullet points a little bit for next season, because it's the same, and I was disappointed.
One thing I do like about the Real Housewives shows is one of the things that I love about Facebook is that you can check in year after year to see who's gotten fat and who hasn't. And has Caroline Manzo not gotten huge?
Has she?
Oh my!
I think her hair's huge.
She needs to be pulled back. I mean, I just remember she had lost a lot of weight like a year or two ago, and now it looks like she ate that one of
Lauren.
one
her
of
daughter.
the girls that.
Her daughter, Lauren.
you should probably be careful. She gonna whack your ass. But you know what is happening? Aaron on Mertz's show. Did anybody
I didn't see
that?
it.
Oh my God. Here are the points. one, kudos to Mertz for having her on and doing it. I know that there are a lot that she does have fans, and I can't bring myself to have her on, but Lord knows I've had people on that everyone has not
Why?
liked. Why did I have people on that
No,
everyone didn't like?
why can't you? Why wouldn't you want Aaron on?
Because I just feel like the difference between the other. Oh, John, like you're buckling up for this one. The difference
I want to hear too.
for me, the difference between like a Gina Marie and Amanda McRae, and that's pretty much it of the people that were hated, was I always see this kind of like throwing it back in everybody's face from Aaron still. Whereas at least Amanda and McRae and Gina Marie are at least saying positive I'm sorry.
Well, and I think too is that Amanda, Gina Marie, McRae have owned it and take responsibility, and it's just like, you know what, I did it, I said it, or I apologize for it, so what? Aaron is the type that would just deflect it. It's everyone else to blame, or the state of Texas, than me.
And I will say, even as much as I hated it, and I said it all Big Brother season, I defended Aaron and said it was not fair that she was the scapegoat at all. That everybody said that shit across the board, and it wasn't fair that she was taking all of it. So I did say that in her defense, but I just she just doesn't seem interesting.
I think it's very interesting that you left out one name in this last couple of minutes, and that's Andy.
Oh, Andy, right. I have a horrible memory. It's our thing around here.
I've watched several of his post-BB interviews, and they're all the same 5 answers. Like he's memorized his go-to lines for every question that's thrown at him. And what bothers me, and it's not just you, it's everybody, is they ask him a question, he gives an answer, and then no one has followed up on his response. And I think that a lot of his responses merit a follow-up question.
You can't really say, oh, I watched the feed, so I kind of know I was kind of in the house, versus being in a house with total strangers, locked in and completely isolated, because you're sitting there with your iPad or whatever, watching the feeds as you're having chips, as your phone's ringing, as you're checking. Yeah. So it is a little different, but it was interesting. The interviews that we did do, a lot of them had the same type of feedback about Alyssa, and I don't think they were trying to be mean necessarily. Maybe Andy was, I don't know, but they just said she was kind of difficult to work with. And when we talked to Alyssa, we said, did that affect your social game? Because immediately she was, harassed and disliked, and she says, yeah, it did.
I think that's why Andy was so enraged, because he wanted to, one of the things he prides himself on is that he went undetected this whole season without anybody being onto his game. But Alyssa was. And it kills him that she saw through it.
So, looking at some of the comments on YouTube, so Chris Hamilton says, what happened to the Mertz thing? We didn't finish our point. Eric, do you want to talk a little bit about the interview with Erin? How was she?
Yes, I have Chris Hamilton's comment right here.
Awesome.
Thank you, John.
Sorry.
So, no, thank you. That was a sincere thank you.
I'm all
John.
gilly. Sorry.
Sorry.
Did you say gilly?
It was good.
Gilly. Uh-huh.
It was good. Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry.
Erin was she blamed it on having blue eyes and blonde hair, and she would take credit for what she did, but then in the next breath, explain it away why. She would say, I am very sorry for everything I did wrong, but I never said the N-word in the house, unlike other people. And I'm very sorry for everything I did wrong, but I wasn't the only one that did it. Just say you're sorry. I would like her so much more if she was just I'm sorry.
Kim G also watched it and says, I wanted to see if she had changed. The answer is no. I hate that she was the poster child, but I kind of seen why.
I'm sure we could argue it all day long, but there is another. There is no, you don't need to be sorry. There is another Amanda that people want us to talk about.
Yes, and it's
like
from
Aaron. Yes, and everybody keeps asking us to talk about Amanda Bynes tonight. Here's the thing. I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, Amanda Bynes was put in psychiatric hold, I believe, in July, and I guess has now been transferred to a special treatment center. And her mom has kind of taken over as far as, conservativeship. So her ship isn't sinking anymore, thank goodness. Aaron, what else? Am I missing something? Please, we're reading the YouTube comments.
I don't understand. Oh, go ahead.
Did you guys see the promos for the soap opera this week? The Bold and the Beautiful, where all these like Big Brother people are on it.
Did you read the description? Wait,
no.
I called John. I was dying about this. Here is what the description read. It was part of the I don't want to say it was part of the CBS press release because I don't know that for sure, but it was something somewhere where it said Big Brother favorites Rachel, Jeff, Jordan, and Howard, along with Survivor favorite Malcolm and Brendan from The Amazing Race.
Amazing Race.
And I was like, what? What is going on with that?
I didn't understand that.
No.
But I love that Howard was the most animated I've ever seen him, ever, in that promo. He's like, who wants to have a party? I'm like, hello, Howard. Where was this Howard in the house? I mean...
Well, yeah. He was good. I know. And I don't know the dates, but in the edited version, check below, and I will have the dates for when they will be on CBS daytime. It's Bold and the Beautiful, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Woo! I remembered something. Yeah.
This screen.
Right.
Why don't you just have a stock ticker going across as well? Because this is like the most busy thing ever. I mean. There's so many buttons. I don't like. How do you have room for our heads?
Well, because let me let you in on a little secret. As if you should know that if you go back and watch the live show, everywhere where there's something is all Google logo. Like, see up there. I don't want that Google logo in our final show. And then when you play it back, everywhere that there's white is all Google logoing, and I hate it. I don't like a Google logoing. But noted. It is going into the complaint pile. bouncy, and too busy. It's on
wax on, wax off.
Wax off. Look, I'm on my best behavior for you. I'm like sitting on my hands right now.
Yeah, you are, and you always remind us of where we can find you. But that's how we found this podcast. So, and it's also in the description. It's also in the description below, and it's this, and it's here, and it's here. I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit.
I know. I am glad you're giving me shit, because a lot of people do ask me that. I think what a lot of people don't realize, there's always like the little skip button in the beginning so that everyone can just skip over that. That's mainly for the
It's hard to find
people.
With the other 48 buttons.
There's no other buttons in the beginning. There are no other buttons in the beginning. It is a straight.
I mean, it is
blue.
Great if you have ADD to look at your podcast, because there is so much color and so much to look at and so much to study. It's just like it needs to be a Survivor puzzle where you have to like put together a reality recaps screen, because that would be the hardest puzzle ever.
I want one now. Now I want.
Yes.
I love how John's jumping on this bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Normally he's like, "Oh, I love it. I love the new overlay, Eric.
I love it all. Yeah.
You backstab me.
Whatever.
It's just like do you guys watch Project Runway?
I have all 12 episodes on the TV. I cannot do it when Big Brother's on.
Just because I'd love to hear Nina Garcia's critique of the styling of this layout right here, because it's just too much. And then Zach goes and be like, I really think that the inspiration was great, You just really captured it. But yeah, and Heidi'd be like, I love it. I want to buy it. I want it in my
As fit
closet.
as in. As fit as in.
I'm sorry, you're out.
I love Zach Posen. I know that people are so unhappy that oh my god, I was gonna say Ed Hardy.
The fat Oompa
Yeah. People are so unhappy that he's gone. I'm like, I'm not. I love.
Oh, but he was funny. I love the way he would say like, "Oh, that carpet reminds me of a vagina." He was so crass and just sassy, but I do love Zach, and you know what? I love how much they've made Tim more of a central figure in the season. Because
Yeah.
I want to pocket Tim Gunn. I want Tim Gunn to adopt me, and I want him to like be my life coach because he makes it work.
Oh,
Everything
it's
is
just
like,
fabulous.
and I just love how he's, designers come around and he like talks about like a challenge, and then he stops and
His story, which we don't need to get so into, but he has like a heartbreaking story of like his partner cheated on him and left him, and then he just decided like, I'm done. I will never be with another person ever again. And that's sad to me,
you
Tim.
are
Sad.
you familiar with the Santino? When Santino was on Project One Way and he invented this whole story about Andre,
Yeah.
because I tweeted last week how his injuries last week were the result of a falling out he had on his date with Andre at Red Lobster. Because it just that that is one of my all-time favorite Project Runaway moments is Santino doing making up that whole Tim Gunn story. But anyway,
I do. I used to love when Santino would go, designers.
designers,
And he would
make it
do it
work,
in his, yeah,
make it work,
make it work.
make
Uh,
it work.
I I have such a good question, John, and I can't wait to see how you're going to answer it. It
What
is
is he
from
looking at?
it. I think his dog. It's from Lisa Marie on YouTube, and she said, "How did John and Eric meet?" And I got this one.
Grinder.
Exactly. Not even Grunge. You're giving it too much credit. I was at McDonald's in Seattle, and there was this guy out front begging for money and was like, "I need a cheeseburger." And I was like, "Oh my God, who are you?" And he's like, "John Richardson." And I was like, "Here you go."
It was
Yep.
Match.com. He sent me a wink. I was like, what?
Do you know,
And then I'm
Eric,
like,
that
babe, we're both way too gay. What are we going to do? Just bump? I mean, come on. What are we going to scissor?
John and I really met. It was both of us working for
Bathhouse.
Superpass. Bathhouse, Superpass, whatever. Same thing.
Same thing. We
Same
both had
thing.
glory holes.
Did they?
Oh, I was actually on set, so.
Wow. Wow. I was actually hired to produce content.
I was talent.
Oh. And it doesn't matter because Superpass is gone.
Yeah.
So
What is up with that? I mean, without going into it, is it like, was it sad for Chelsea and Missy that their gig was sort of taken away? Or
I mean,
are we not allowed to talk? Are we not allowed to talk about it?
Superpass, we can say whatever we want about. I don't want to speak for Missy or Chelsea, but I will say I would imagine, or I'm sure Missy is fine with me saying she is very upset that Superpass is no longer around. And I think it was just CBS kind of decided it wanted the feeds back, and then there was no longer a need for Superpass.
And I missed their free rap party.
Well, now, I'm with you on that. I missed the free rap party, but you did not need to miss Missy. She was part of Big Brother group all season long, and her and Spicy did shows together.
No, I know. It's just in the.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
kind of. They just. Yeah, you get it.
I get it. I missed it too.
But you have really come into like. You really have hit the scene and, like scoring interviews with all. I mean, you've established yourself. Like, I watch Rob Sesternito's shows, and I love them, and it's to the point where they become such like a companion piece to the shows that it feels incomplete to watch the show without seeing your recaps and Rob's recaps. So,
well, I love hearing that. I agree with you on Rob 100%.
how are you able to land all of those interviews? You know, because
I'm really
sure
nice.
Charm. Looks.
I'm really nice to people.
Those blue eyes. Those blue eyes.
It's not like a random once in a while. Like you were, you got them all, any that you wanted to do, you got. And also, this is the last Ask Kissy I'm doing because in a minute this is going to turn into like the Human Centipede. But you're very professional with the way you conduct yourself, and that is not easy. I don't know if I would be able to do it anywhere near as well as you were able to, like, remain an impartial, host to,
Right.
Feel those questions and yeah.
Well, I don't know if a lot of people would agree with you on that one. I just try and keep it more light and funny, which I will also say in 2 weeks from tonight, we are going to have Brendan and Rachel on for a special live Amazing Race recap in our Z-Box room, and Z-Box is promoting it and doing giveaways. It's going to be amazing, so you guys need to stay tuned for that.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Heard any good rumors lately?
I have heard some good rumors lately, and if you guys want to hear any good Amazing Race rumors, you should go follow Cleo's Twitter, and the link will be below and on the screen while he's talking. In part of that busy overlay that he doesn't like. It's been here the whole time.
It'll be flashing this time. Flashing.
Yeah, now it's flashing. So you should go follow his Twitter if, say, I'm sure we can say here.
How many tweets am I gonna get saying, "Oh my God, he's a she, she's a ah"?
Well, I don't know. I think Missy blew your cover a little bit on the Survivor recap.
She what?
I don't know. Well, for the people that watched,
what did she blow?
She blew your cover because she told everybody that you were a guy. But I think that was only on the live version. I think in the edited version, I took it out. Let's talk about $1 Million Listing. Sure. Are you, Cleo, watching $1 Million Listing this season or no?
No, but whenever I watch Top Chef, like my TiVo records I hear that for more $1 Million Listing, tune in next week on Bravo.
Oh, Josh Flagg.
Oh my God, you do that so good.
You should be him for Halloween.
For more $1 Million, I want to be Gina Marie's bun.
Oh.
Like hair bun. I just like hide all sorts of shit in it. But when I heard that voice, I'm like, is this guy is he a munchkin, or is he on helium, or is this just a god-awful show that I don't really care to watch? I mean, what is it about? Tell me. Why should I watch it?
Go ahead, John. Go.
It's about selling real estate, $1 million of real estate, and it's in Los Angeles, and 2 of them are gay and 1's straight, and it's
Bravo?
Adventures.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Gays on
Bravo
Bravo
likes the gays for some reason. I don't know. So yeah, it's okay. I was really happy that Madison had a boyfriend for 5 seconds this season. God.
So that was your whole point that you wanted to make. You were claiming he had a boyfriend for 5 minutes this season.
Well, he keeps saying he's ready for love, but he obviously isn't.
Yeah, the Queer Eye reunion. Are you guys gonna watch?
Yeah.
Yes.
They haven't aged at all. They have so much Botox.
Nope, they have not.
Do you remember watching that show?
Yes, Queer Eye. We used to have Queer Eye, Queer as Folk, and there was some other one on. Oh, Boy Meets Boy. What was
oh my God, that reality
with Andra. when Andre's like, this is bullshit!
This is bullshit!
Yeah.
Mad TV had the best parodies where, like, Michael McDonald would be like, this is bullshit! But like, when there were straight guys there, I was like, please. That was an interesting show.
It was a wonderful time when all there was on TV for us gays was Will and Grace and that. John, do you not know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know Will and Grace, Queer Eye, know 'em all.
That
Do
was
you know
when
Queer
we were,
Duck?
Queer Duck?
Yes, apparently you didn't watch Queer as Folk, or else you'd know what Queer Duck was. Go ahead.
No, I didn't
the,
like Queer as Folk.
The gay little Lego people. You didn't like Queer as Folk? Bye, John. Go ahead.
Okay, bye.
Queer as Folk was awesome. That was back when gays were like we were like the new handbags. You know, we were the must-have accessory for every straight woman in the country. Like, oh my God, I have a gay. You know, we were like possessions. So glad that's over. So glad that's over.
It is.
And I'm so glad the word zhuzhing is out.
Oh, Carson Kressley will be so sad to hear that.
No, I love Carson. I'm glad he stayed relevant. But he made that show. He was hilarious. But it's just that show was really great. I think they need to have it back. And I don't know. Did you guys watch Drag You back when?
I did. Yes.
It was on. So I think it should have been from the get-go in the style of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, where I don't give a crap about watching housefrows being turned into drag queens. I would have liked to have seen straight guys being transformed, because one of my favorite challenges every year is when they bring in the either the straight dudes or the manly men, and the challenge is to transform them into their drag sister or drag daughter, and because it's just it's phenomenal. It's great TV.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you. I would have liked Drag You to go like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, go and be in your environment, make you look pretty, make you feel confident, you know what I mean? And instead of just in the drag.
Think or maybe it is the demographic like middle-aged women that watch RuPaul's Drag Race? Like, who cares?
I agree with you, and so does the rest of America, and it's why the show has been canceled. Bye, Drag You.
I think it could have been a hit if it was guys.
Where
are my people at? Where are my people at? Where are my people?
Exactly. But do you know what I love most of all, Cleo?
Sharpies?
Sharpies and you, having you on as our guest tonight. It was so much fun. We loved having you on.
Let me give you a Gina Marie speech. You know, I'm Cleo. That's who I am. I appreciate. I'm grateful for this opportunity. So thank you. I'm Gina Marie, and that's why you should vote for me, because I'm Gina Marie.
You really do watch our shows. You know how to get your spot in the beginning. You know how to get on the trailer.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Just a few comments. Steven, who's the biggest diva we've interviewed? Well, when you get on the show, it'll be you. Kim G, Lisa Marie. We love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Chris, back at you. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at Miss Cleo _BB15.
Okay, well, that about wraps up the show for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, next week we're going to focus the first half hour of the show solely on your questions and answers and what you guys want us to talk about. The second half of the show, we will be having a very special guest. Also, next Sunday, we're going to have Brendan and Rachel on for a special Amazing Race episode in our Z-Box room. Well, they will be in the room chatting live during the show, and then afterwards we'll be doing a hangout just like this, taking your questions and asking them. So much fun, so much more in store for you guys. Of course, our next show will be up on Monday, this following Monday, where we will be covering the Amazing Race. We will have the exit interviews with the team that is eliminated. Then on Wednesday, we will be back with Missy for our Survivor recap. I'm sorry, Thursday, we'll be back with Missy for the Survivor recap. And then on Friday night, John and I, again, will be back to do this show where we will be focusing solely just on your guys' questions. So until Monday, see you guys all soon. Bye for now.
And is this my goodbye?
Outro. Yeah, it's your goodbye.
Outro.
It's gonna be like
Oh my